We're Derek and Sharice Orth from Southwest Wisconsin, serving on the American Farm Bureau Federation Young Farmer and Ranchers Committee. We have two daughters, Ziva and Jaylee.
I was born into the Farm Bureau family. I remember going to picnics and other events as a child with my parents. And then in 1993 we moved to Wisconsin, and one of the first organizations we got involved in to meet new people was Farm Bureau. And after college I was encouraged by my former ag teacher to join Farm Bureau, and the rest is history.
I work with the Grant County 4-H program as a 4-H program coordinator, working with youth to develop life skills and build leadership skills so that they can teach younger youth how to eventually become leaders.
I farm with my parents, where we milk registered jerseys and raise young stock, corn for silage, and alfalfa. The last few years have been pretty challenging with milk prices and strange weather and other issues, but every time I think about quitting, I look at my two little girls and I can't think of a better place to raise a family.
We are Farm Bureau proud because of the opportunities and experiences Farm Bureau has given to us. We've met members from all across the United States. We've had opportunities to travel and experience different types of agriculture, learning about different commodities that we haven't had the ability to learn about before.
The dairy industry is our focus, but there's so much that goes on in agriculture that we don't even think about. Peanut farmers and sheep farmers, and it's crazy to think about all of the diversity in the United States agriculture.
The Farm Bureau has taught us to share our story with consumers so that they have a better understanding of where their food comes from.
I think about the glasses of milk that each one of these ladies produces, and 90% of the Wisconsin milk is made into cheese. And there's nothing better than a piece of cheese on top of a hamburger or a pile of cheese on a pizza. I'm proud to be a Wisconsin dairy farmer, and I'm proud to be a member of the American Farm Bureau Federation. We are the Orths, and we are Farm Bureau proud.
Hi everybody, welcome to Orthridge Jerseys. I'm Derek Orth, and since we can't be in sunny San Diego together, I'm going to show you what's going on in sunny, snowy Southwest Wisconsin. The intro to my video was created by Alex Carey of Karaoke Productions. The rest of this is all done by me, so my virtual tour will be a little less professional, but a little more candid of what goes on here on our farm. Since 90% of our profits come out of that barn over there, let's go check it out. Now we're inside the freestall barn. We built this barn in 2008. From 1993 until 2008, we milked our cows in a tie stall barn. In a tie stall barn, the cows are tied in a stall, and you carry the milking units to the cow and milk them right in the stall. And then we let them out to go out to pasture. In a freestall barn, the cows have free access to anywhere they want. They can come over here to the feed, they can lay down in the stalls, there's water at both ends of the pen, and then twice a day on our farm, we take the cows to and from the parlor to be milked. We'll check out the parlor later. Every morning we feed the cows. For the last 7 years, it's always been Dad or I that have mixed the feed for the cows. They're fed once every morning, 4 batches, 1 for each pen, and then throughout the day our robotic feed pusher pushes up the feed at the top of every hour. During every milking, we clean all the stalls, we push all the cows' manure to the manure pit. We try to give the cows fresh feed, fresh water, a fresh place to lay, and fresh place to walk all day, every day. Our barn is set up into 4 different pens. I like to think of it as like a high school. We have the freshmen, the sophomores, the juniors, and the seniors. Our first lactation cows are in this pen over here. The youngest cows, the smallest cows, and their stalls, their beds where they lay, are a little smaller than the rest of the barn. As the cows get older and more mature, they get bigger, their stalls need to be bigger. In the far pen over there, a little bit bigger stalls. Most of those cows are second lactation cows. Most of this pen is third lactation cows, some fourth lactation cows. And then in the far pen over there is the most mature cows, most fourth lactation, older cows, and a few crossbreds. We've got a few crossbreds around here that are a little bigger. They need bigger stalls. Each of our pens is identical. There's a water at the end of the pen, and then as you walk through the pen, hopefully all these cows don't jump up because something weird's going on. You can see the cows laying over here in all the stalls. Some of them chillaxing, some of them following me while I'm giving the tour. We like to tell people that the cows have better lives than we do because they spend all day laying on a beach. I can't say that. There's about 60 cows in each pen, a few more. There's about 60 stalls in each pen also. And here's the other water at the other end of the pen, Aphrodite getting a drink. You can see they have the stall access over here where all the beds are. And then over here, the alley where they can come eat. I have all these cows locked up so they can't back over me while I'm showing you around. You can see these, where the cows are eating, we call these headlocks. And I've got them locked right now. The cows come over here and they stick their head in this hole. Ooh, there's my finger. They put their head in right here. And then as they reach down to eat, let me see. As they reach down to eat, this swivels up and this little metal peg locks them in. That works really good for management. I can lock up cows for breeding, or if I need to check a cow that's sick, or giving tours. It works good to lock cows in. And then all I have to do is swivel this little black lever over here, and I let the whole pen of cows out.
We use a skid loader to clean the pens every time the cows are getting milked. We use that manure to fertilize our crops.
If you hear some beeping in the background, it's the robotic feed pusher pushing up feed. I wanted to tell you a little bit about this cow over here. This is Dattern. We focus a lot on genetics. 1525 is the cow I'm focusing on. Her brother, DeForest P, was a bull in AI. We've put at least a dozen bulls in AI. I'm going to show you a picture of a whole bunch of cows that we've all had bulls in. When I say AI, I mean artificial insemination companies. We sell bulls to the company and they collect the semen and then sell it all over the world, which is pretty cool that a cow in this barn has produced a bull calf that we sold, and semen was exported all over the world.
These 8 cows all had sons in AI. The cow in the top left is the mother, and the cow on the right here is the grandmother of the cow Dattern. In 2013, our cow Jordan was honored to be the Wisconsin Cow of the Year.
In the past, we've done a lot of embryo transfer. Embryo transfer is when you collect embryos out of superior cows and put those embryos in lower quality cows to increase the number of the better genetics. Both this cow and the cow beside me, as well as a few of these down the line, are cows that were created by embryo transfer. It's pretty cool stuff. Behind me is the alley that goes to those garage doors where the parlor is. Let's go check out where all the cows are milked. Here's the inside of our milking parlor. You can see behind me there's 12 machines hanging over here. It's called a swing 12. The reason it's called a swing 12 parlor is because 12 cows come in on each side, and then you swing the machines from one side to the other. We'll milk this side over here, we'll swing the machine, and milk this side over here. It's pretty efficient, and we can milk almost 100 cows an hour. We do 6 cows at a time. First we brush the sand off, because they lay in sand out in their beds, and then we take this, it's kind of like soap, disinfectant, and put it on each teat, and we let that soak in for about 30 seconds. On some farms they strip a little bit of milk out of every teat. just to check to make sure it's normal. And then you wipe the soap off. Wipe each teat twice. Now we'll do it super fast.
Dip 6, wipe 6, and attach 6.
The milk is collected from the cow's udder, up these tubes, down this big pipe and into this jar where it's pumped over into the bulk tank.
Mmm, fresh milk.
At the end of every milking, the machines are hooked up over here and we run through the wash cycle so that we can provide the best, the most wholesome, nutritious milk as possible. And every day the milkman comes, picks up our milk, and hauls it to the cheese factory to be made into cheese. Sometimes our milk is sold as fluid milk to drink, sometimes it's made into yogurt, but most of the time it's made into cheese. In Wisconsin, there's over 100 cheese plants. Most of our milk is made into cheese. About 90% of the milk in Wisconsin is made into cheese, and 90% of that cheese leaves the state. What's your favorite kind of cheese?
Valentine's Day will be here before you know it.
Almost all of our feed is stored in these giant bags. This is called silage. There's corn silage over here, and the bag over there is haylage, or chopped hay. We chop the whole plant of alfalfa. It turns into haylage. It ferments, kind of like yogurt ferments when you add cultures to it. Our silages ferment. This is the whole plant of corn ground up, or chopped up, and then fermented. We work with a nutritionist, so every 4 weeks he's here, and we take samples of our feed, and then we add extra nutrients. We add vitamins and minerals. If the diet needs more starch, we add more starch. If the diet needs more fiber, we add more fiber. Our cows probably have a better nutrition than we do because we work with a nutritionist. We mix a complete feed, a diet that's perfect and formulated just for the cows.
We use a TMR mixer to feed the cows. TMR stands for Total Mixed Ration. It's like a cross between a KitchenAid mixer and a food processor. It makes a giant tossed salad for the cows. We use the skid loader a lot for mixing feed and other jobs around the farm, like adding haylage and corn silage.
Lastly, we add water and we let it all mix up for a couple minutes.
The younger heifers also get to eat the Total Mixed Ration, or TMR.
The calf hut's over here, and we built this shed in 2005 for our heifers. It's got room for about 88 heifers. The solar panels up here make it very nice in there in the wintertime. The sun beats down in there and warms it up almost like a greenhouse. Some older heifers.
Our calves live in calf huts with their own little home, fresh bedding, grain, water, and a bottle twice a day. Every calf gets her own ear tag, so we know who she is and who her parents are.
A few years ago, we started breeding our lower quality cows to beef. We use Simmental or Gelbvieh. Then those calves are sold to a local feedlot where they're raised for beef. Right now we're trying to do about 50% sex semen on our cows and then 50% beef. It's really improved the quality of our entire herd and produces good quality beef. So it's a win-win for us, it's a win-win for the family that buys them.
This is Bellamy, the sire or dad of the last calf. Here's a group of Jersey Simmental cross calves. They grow very well and they turn into nice beef and eventually nice steaks. Get your grills fired up. In the springtime, we haul a lot of manure from the cows to fertilize the crops, and then we till in the manure, stir everything up to get the seed bed ready for planting. Springtime is always busy with tillage and planting and chasing storms, but it's always worth the exhaustion when the plants start growing and summertime and everything's turning green. We do some light tillage and we do some no-tilling on ground we don't have manure to stir in. Then it's time to begin haymaking and some harvest. We cut our crops and they make beautiful windrows. We merge it or rake it together to get ready for the chopper. And then Dad chops it into the wagons. My job is to haul the wagons to either the silo or the silage bags, and sometimes I have some cute little helpers. The best part about Farm Bureau and being on a farm is family. Here are a few candid pictures of our kids and us out on the farm, enjoying what we do, loving the cows, taking care of the cows and livestock and crops, and being together. Ziva and Jaylee love being a part of the farm, having responsibilities, and helping us side by side, making sure things get done. Or maybe they're just here for the photo opportunities and looking good in pink. I almost forgot about the farm dog. Here's Clay. Clay's pretty much in charge of everything. One last tip. Do you know what cheese curds are? These are cheese curds. Every block of cheese that you buy anywhere in the world once started as a cheese curds, but most people don't know that. The milk is turned into curds, and the curds are pressed into the blocks and wheels of cheese that you buy. If you haven't had a cheese curd, try to find one somewhere. You might have to come to Wisconsin to get them. They're delicious, they're squeaky, and they will change your life. Thanks for stopping for the virtual tour. Enjoy convention, and remember that we are stronger together.